I'm sure you've heard all of the wonderful things about Tampa, Florida, and there are many, I promise you. But in this video, we're gonna talk about the 5 worst things about Tampa, Florida. So let's get after it right now. Hey future Floridians, I'm Emily. I'm a licensed real estate agent here in the state of Florida, and I live in the Tampa-St. Pete area, and this channel is dedicated to everything having to do with the real estate market and all the fun things that Tampa and St. Pete have to offer. So if that resonates with you, I'd really appreciate it if you'd hit that subscribe button and that notification bell. Don't forget, comments below, I love them. And if you are looking to relocate or sell or to buy in the Tampa-St. Pete market, I'm your girl, but I can't help you if you don't reach out to me. All my links are below, but I'll tell you what, the best thing to do is just to jump on my calendar. That link is below as well. We'll have a 30-minute conversation and discuss your relocation plans. So listen, today I'm gonna go on the negative train. Listen, I can't tell you how much I love Tampa, really. If I didn't love it, I wouldn't be here anymore. But there are some things that are starting to drive me crazy, and there are some things that are also driving some of my clients crazy. So I thought, why not? Let's do the 5 worst things about Tampa. And so I've got 5 of them, and I've got a bonus. So stay tuned till the end. Number 1. Might be shocking to some of you, lightning and thunderstorms. I did not realize how many people did not like lightning and thunderstorms. When I lived in California, I missed having lightning and the sound of thunder. I don't know, I wasn't used to rain without it. But when I moved back here and I didn't realize how much we get the thunder and lightning. And did you know that Tampa is the lightning capital of the United States? And if you see lightning and thunder, you need to head for the hills. Well, we don't have hills here, but head to your car or head back home. The reality is, it is very dangerous. There are many deaths that happen yearly based on lightning strikes. Yes, the lightning here will strike you. We are flat, and if you are standing still right near lightning, it will probably hit you. Well, I mean, I don't know if probably will hit you, but your chances are pretty high. So how we handle it here is if you're in the pool or you're in the Gulf or at a beach hanging out and you start to see a dark cloud, you and your friends or your family need to start paying attention to some sound. If you start hearing thunder rumbling in the distance, you probably need to start heading back to land or, to your little lounge chair there, pack up your gear and go make another plan for about half hour to an hour. Usually our thunderstorms don't last very long. They move in, they move out, especially the height of the summer. They're gonna roll in and roll out between 3 and 5 every day. We'll get a nice shower. It just cools things off. But there will be tons of lightning behind it. So just be safe. You just don't really wanna be outside when there's lightning going on. Number 2, the slow pace. I like it, not gonna lie. But there's a lot of people that don't like it. If you want to get an answer to a question via email from people, you might have to wait days versus hours. People are just not in a hurry around here. It's a very laid back, chill environment. So if you're somebody that's used to that quick city life and quick pace and you want answers right away, you're gonna have to learn how to chill out, man.
Okay, yes, that sounds like chillin'.
And Tampa has that for you here if that's what you're looking for. If you're done with that city life and bumping into people and people being rude and that heavy lifestyle. I went through that in Los Angeles. I felt like I was on a treadmill to nowhere and everybody's running around. Everybody's busy all the time. But then after a while, I was like, busy doing what? Busy going where? The thing about Tampa is we work and we play, but we really work to play. So if that sounds good to you, it's great. It's not the worst thing, but for some people, it really can be annoying, especially when you're trying to get customer service in any industry. It takes a while. So you really have to be patient when dealing with people in Tampa. And number 3, public transportation. We just don't have a lot of it. Not in probably more of the neighborhoods, I would say. Downtown, we've got the Ebor trolley, and we've got some of those little city cars down there. I think there's like an electric car. I forgot the actual name of it, but it will take you from here and yonder. But as far as public transportation that you can get on a bus and go somewhere, or even subway or a train, we just don't have it. Now, in St. Pete, there's the Sunrunner, which is an EV bus, and that takes you from downtown St. Pete all the way over to the beaches and back into all sorts of interesting places in between. I had a client in town who did not want to rent a car, and he jumped on the Sunrunner quite frequently, and he loved it. He said this was the greatest thing ever. And actually, they are running till November of 2023 for free. They expanded it past April. So that's great, but that doesn't take you all throughout St. Pete. And it's not gonna take you, let's say, from St. Pete to Clearwater or up to Tarpon Springs. So you do need a car in the Tampa, St. Pete area, unfortunately. We just haven't gotten there yet. They're starting to build what's called the Bright Line, and that's gonna take you from Central Florida down to South Florida and back. But I'm not quite sure if you have options of where else to go. But we're still slowly starting to get on the bandwagon with public transportation. So if you're coming from a big city like New York or Chicago, places that have, subways and that sort of thing, you're gonna have to get used to, not having so much public transportation here. Sorry. And number 4, food options. Now, I mean restaurant choices. We have some great food. We've got great Cuban food and all different kinds of Latin American foods. And we've got, name it, we've got it. But we don't have a lot of it. And it's only in certain areas. Like, again, I live in an area called Town and Country. I wouldn't say you have a great amount of choices of wonderful restaurants here. I usually have to go to Oldsmar, or I have to go into West Shore near the International Mall. I have to go to South Tampa. South Tampa's got great food. Even up into Carrollwood, there's some great restaurants. Wesley Chapel's got some great restaurants. So they're scattered. The restaurant scene here is growing. St. Pete has some great restaurants, but Central Avenue or down by the water and the pier. But again, finding those restaurants kind of scattered all over, you are not going to find. So you're really gonna have to use, like I use Yelp or I use even my DoorDash. There's some restaurants I really want delivered to me, and DoorDash is like, nope, sorry, we don't do that. So if you're okay with driving to your restaurant of choice, then wonderful. But you might have to drive a little ways to get to the exact restaurant you're craving for at that time. So give us a couple more years, and I have a feeling you're gonna see a lot more wonderful restaurants popping up in all sorts of diverse neighborhoods. And number 5, traffic.
Always traffic. Always traffic.
This kind of coincides with my public transportation and those people from New York and Chicago that are coming down here that haven't driven a car in a while. We can tell who you are. The traffic here is atrocious. The drivers have no idea what they're doing. It becomes a little bit of a joke when I have clients coming into town and they are driving around and they go, I remember you saying on your videos about how bad the traffic was and how bad the drivers were. You weren't joking. Exactly. You have to be really careful when you're first coming to town, and let's say you haven't driven a car in a long time. I get it. You got to figure it out. But come on, safety first, people. Defensive driving was created for a reason. So just be careful when you're here. You've got to really slow down. There are people that drive like it's NASCAR out there. I witness it every day. There isn't one day that I'm not out there driving that I'm not witnessing it. So our traffic is horrible. And the more people that are moving here, the traffic is getting heavier and heavier and heavier. If I'm in St. Pete doing showings, I have to make sure that I get myself onto the bridge, usually 275, before 3 o'clock. Otherwise, I'm stuck for at least an hour trying to get back to Tampa. So commuting is a big issue between Tampa and St. Pete during those high traffic hours, where it used to be, it was okay. Now it's pretty crazy.
There are crazy drivers everywhere.
Lots of people love it here, and so making our traffic even crazier. Okay, and for my bonus, y'all are gonna love this one. I get asked about it all the time. Red tide. Red tide is the worst. And I'll tell you why it came to my mind today, because I live on a canal, like I've mentioned in other videos. My canal feeds out to the bay, which is obviously the Gulf water, bay water, seawater. It smells right now. I can smell it walking my dog. It's starting to bloom in our canal. And so I know we've had some red tide going on these past couple of weeks, and then we've had an influx of our weather, and that just kind of creates a perfect storm, Basically, red tide is microscopic algae that's producing toxins that kill fish, and those toxins create the smell. And so that smell is really, it's this very distinct smell, but it can irritate your nose and your throat to where you'll cough, you'll even sneeze, almost like you're having an allergic reaction, and it's horrid. And so if you're here and you're wanting to go stand at the beach and watch sunset, or if you want to sit, on one of our coastal restaurants and look at the sunset while you're having a cocktail, it makes it really hard. I did that once. I had friends in town and I wanted to show them our beautiful sunset. Took them to Paso Grill. We went to the Drunken Monkey and we were at the rooftop having our nice grouper sandwich, and we were all sneezing and coughing our heads off. It was not fun. So I tell people to check the red tide report. You can Google it. It's easy. You can see where the blooms are before you head to the beach. I would check that out. And normally in the bay, it takes a while for it to get into the bay. So if you like to boat in the bay, you'll be fine most of the time. But if you're going to be on the coastal side, on the Gulf Coast side, you better check that report because it could be pretty bad. It's just one of the downsides of living in our gorgeous state. Well, I think that did it. Obviously, I could name a couple of things. I had a nice laundry list here that I had to narrow down, but I wanted to keep this brief for you. So what are some of the worst things that you think Tampa has to offer? I know you all out there have them. You comment on my videos quite frequently about some things. So, it's entertainment. So go ahead and add it below. And if you're looking to relocate in the Tampa St. Pete market, make sure you reach out to me. I love hearing from people. I have been connecting with all of you and it's been really, really fun. So my links are below and reach out to me. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button and that notification bell. And if you like this video, that thumbs up really helps me out a lot as well. Until next time, everybody, I appreciate you checking out this content and my channel, and I'll see you around. Bye-bye.